Yo,
What's going on, guys? We back for another one. Now, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all boys, bro. The shenanigans, bamboozles, games, tricklywicks, spickety foos that was going on with Murata and Twitter this week were unacceptable. Just completely unacceptable. And several times I almost deleted the Discord. I was just like,
what?
That's a whole fake lie.
drop one punch, just delete the, because it's a game, bro. Like, old boy Murata was telling us the chapter's gonna come out one day, and then waits till the end of the day to tell us it's not coming out twice. So we had a bone to pick, and then when we get it, it's 15 pages. Like,
it's like 20,
look,
22.
I just had to get it out the way because the rest of the podcast about to be that mother. Has it been a minute? Hold on.
I'd give it a little more time.
You would. All right.
Oh, that's what you meant.
The rest of the
Who the
podcast
hell was that?
about to be. Yo, hear that, bro? That's Prime Satsuki. Yeah, go ahead, talk some more.
He sounds like he read the chapter right on time.
Man. Yes, sir.
Hey, forget everybody else's intro. How do you feel about the chapter, sir?
Well, just from a speed read, the chapter was cool. I was disappointed that I had to read this without reacting to it because it would have been nice because, Metal Bat is my favorite character. So
Big facts.
seeing him come back into action, that's exciting. And seeing these other heroes get into action. And we saw, other people in the chapter, but I'll say that for later. But pretty good chapter. Dialogue heavy, which is odd for One Punch Man, but good to see the other boys getting action, and good to see like what's happening in Z City be televised, and we see other people's reaction to what's going on, because you could like write it off, like some of the stuff that was happening in Z City as like it's just an isolated event and people weren't going to pay attention to it, but it's good to know that this shit is affecting the entire world of One Punch Man.
When that nurse came in to check in to where Metal Bat was at, bro.
Let me see the nurse.
That was Moomin Rider.
Yeah. The nurse from Moomin, bruh.
You mean Sotoryu?
She got a name. Oh yeah. And then, bro,
wait, where's she at? The fuck?
Whenever the letters,
Page 7.
Stuff the mail back goes off.
She's the same nurse from the Volume 21 bonus chapter when we saw Suiryu come back.
Oh, she a whole low key, bro.
No, she definitely is.
Oh,
She cool.
but bro, and then Tank Top Girl. Oh
Yeah.
oh.
I told you, Tank Top Girl, top 5.
Yeah, we got a lot more than just that to hop into. In the meantime, remember to check out our Patreon and our Discord. Link in the description below. We got that fire. Everything that you hear discussed and contrasted in the One Punch Man podcast will be discussed and contrasted in the Discord. So if you want to have some dialogue involved with it, including myself, go through there. But for now, we got a few more niggas with some more facts to bring out. How y'all feel about this chapter?
What the hell was that?
I thought it was a good one. I had like a little bit of a preconceived notion going into it because somebody said that it was a boring chapter, but I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice little
Names.
change of pace.
We must burn
Bao.
them at the stake.
I'm pretty sure y'all know Bao, or at least Grimm and Satsuki do. I don't know about the rest
Fucking
of you,
clown.
but yeah, he was like, it was a boring chapter, and I'm like, what? After I read it, because I mean, I guess I could see where he's coming from, but it was like, just a little bit of cool down in between all the action, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. And of course, me being a Metal Bat fan, he's like basically my favorite S-class hero, and one of my favorite, top 3. It was nice seeing him.
I've been meaning to ask y'all. You don't got a spoiler, like you don't even have to answer it, but was Metal Bat in the webcomic?
Do you want the answer?
No, he said we don't have to answer it, so we're not.
Yeah, all right, cool.
So do you not want the answer?
Bro, that's telling me that he was.
No, it's
Is
not.
it?
He wasn't.
I'm asking you, do you want the answer?
Bro, you asking me if I want the answer is basically telling me that he was. Yes, he was involved in this arc in the webcomic.
That doesn't tell you that at all. I'm
Yes, it does,
asking
sir.
you, do you want an answer?
Yes, it does,
It could
sir.
be yes or no.
Bro, your tone or your response would have been like in a different manner. If the nigga had nothing to do with it, you would have been like, no, bro.
Grimm, you're talking to the person who considers character names as a spoiler. I've learned to tune myself when I'm discussing these sorts of things, so I don't spoil people.
My fucking nigga, boy. Yeah, don't tell me, bro. Nah, fuck that shit. My nigga Metal back coming through for the first time. He for the clap, bro. That nigga for the clap.
Now remember, I never answered your question.
You answered it with another question to specify his question.
Zoe? Yeah, we're going from bottom to top.
All right, I'll answer for everyone else listening that wants to know. Metal Bat is not in this arc. He is hardly in the series at all, really. Believe it or not, in the webcomic. Like, he doesn't even fight Garou in the webcomic. So the only thing he really does of substance is, I guess, fight Melzergard. That's about it. So the manga really does Metal Bat a lot of justice. Evidently, since 3 of us have so far have Metal Bat in our top 3. So yeah, I'm super excited. Can't wait to see what happens. And I'm thinking big things.
Uh-oh.
Thinking big claps.
Shit.
Oh god.
That's great.
I enjoyed the chapter. It was kind of I was hoping to get a bit more of the Tatsumaki Sayorochi kind of thing, but I'm happy we got a little bit of a break. And yeah, happy to see Metal Bat again. I'm happy to see Suryu again. We saw him in that, I think, what was it, the little 5-pager? Was it a 5-pager that was released a while ago? Just showing him in the hospital with that nurse. But yeah, I'm happy we got to see him again. I'm happy we got to see his perspective on the news and further development is all I'll say for now.
No, great chapter. Metal Bat's back, and obviously everyone loves that. It says something like what Steve said when how this is like a mellow chapter when it's Metal Bat coming back, and so's Tank Top, and all these other beloved characters are returning, and that's like a cool down chapter of One Punch Man. Yeah, great to see Metal Bat and Suryu back, of course, but I have so many questions about like the Tank Top lore because something's going on there because they're all like motivated by this weird. There's too many people following that one like religion of Tank Top for it to be more than just something as like a joke. But yeah, great chapter still, definitely.
Good humor. It's good to see these characters come back because, good lord, how long has it been since we last saw Metal Bat? 2 or so years now, I guess. More than that. So it's great to see these characters again after such a long time. And I was like, damn, like it's been this long. But like humor was great. The characterizations for some of these characters, you know, because some of them don't hardly get any screen time at all. So that's a plus. And just
Hey, that's a good point you bring up.
What?
Years since we've seen Metal Bat. I think it's more than 2.
well, I was thinking at least 2.
No, because like, when's the last time we actually saw? Because he was in the hospital after getting wrecked by Garou, so maybe 3 years, 4 years, maybe. It's nuts. It's like One Piece.
I know.
Trash piece.
Sometimes you forget. But yeah, so all that was great. Some good character moments. I now have respect for Tank Top Master. I didn't give a crap about him before. It's just nothing about him's that appealing to me. So, you know. But yeah, good moments for all the mainstay characters that were in this chapter. And chill was a word for it, but it was needed, you know, because things are going to heat up real quick, I imagine, in the near future. So it's good to see all the characters rushing to aid and whatnot. Kind of a, you know, like Avengers Assemble kind of moment. And I like that.
I'm glad you guys are starting to hop on the tank top hype train. I've been a loyal servant for a minute, but I definitely didn't see like anything like special or different from the tank top area or the tank top storyline in this chapter to change my opinion. I can see where Matt's coming from, or like the continuous examples or occurrences of like individuals being aligned to the tank top I guess ideology, belief system, even especially like this is just what I thought to myself in my head. Maybe I'm just going too detailed, but like the fact that it was a professor made me give a little bit more credit to the tank top. But then his explanation of what was going on was like, okay, yeah, this guy's a clown too. But I definitely want to hear more about like what your thoughts are on that, Matt, about like what the tank top like religion could be leading to, or like what that storyline could be like enveloping. I don't know if you want to elaborate upon that now, or if you want to just wait till we get to it.
I'm just fine. We can just keep going for now and then get to it when we get there.
Then let's get to that.
No, Matt. No, Matt. I want you to go in depth on the tank top religion, right? And then I want you to make a video about it.
Oh no.
I can only do one of those two things. I'm not multi-talented like the rest of you.
The tone.
Sure
of
you
the
are.
tank top.
You can do one and use it for the other.
All right. Well, I'll give you some time, but I want that thesis.
On my desk tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Be Professor Tank Top for a moment. Channel him.
By the way, he's all of us, isn't he? He's Tank Top Doctor is all of us, by the way, right? Overanalyzing and looking at every little thing. Of course, it makes perfect sense.
And probably
Wait.
gets none of it right.
So you're so I guess HGX's translation was Tank Top Doctor.
There was Tank Top Doctor and Tank Top Professor.
Yeah,
They were both
I read
there.
the one that said Professor, which I guess was an HDX. I like Professor better because
He looks
he
like
looks like a professor, and it sounds cooler.
Yeah, it's better than Tank Top Colonel Sanders.
That
What I was
too.
awesome.
He does look like a buff Colonel Sanders.
It's like 15 spices, motherfucker.
Yeah, it looks like, because they always have like a new Scott with those commercials. He'd just be like the flavor of the week for them. I'm digging him though.
You talking about the big old nigga with the tank top?
Yeah.
Yo, that nigga raw. I think he about to come through and do some shit. He about to do a thing to another old nigga.
Also, I just realized he had this thing prepared. Like he had the pull down screen with tank top and everything. You know. It's like,
Isn't one of the main tenets of the tank top creed to always be ready, so you ain't got to get ready?
Always be motherfucking prepared, bro. The amount of facts you're coming up with, Steve, like they're plentiful, my nigga. Plentiful.
Thank you, my lord.
Tank Top Professor had 1 page, and he had 3 barely panels within that, or 4, and everybody loves this guy. It's crazy.
Hey,
He has a bow tie with the tank top. How can you not know?
Bro, I didn't even peep that, bro. He had the bow tie. Was his bow tie wearing the tank top too?
Oh, that's what you meant. No, he's saying that he has a bow tie and a tank top. But no, that'd be
Okay.
What if his bow
I was about
tie
to say.
and a tank top, nigga?
Oh no,
Bro,
that's level.
Dude,
His bow tie would
unironically,
be powering up on niggas.
it's a pretty dope drip, I'm not gonna lie.
What if the bow tie is made out of a tank top?
Son.
And tank top fabric. Okay.
Shit.
We need to rank the tank tops one day.
There's enough of them. We could easily do it.
I'll do it right now.
What about tank top girl?
Nigga.
Number 2.
Tank top clap.
I forgot where I had her.
Titties in a tank top?
No.
Yes.
I forgot where I had her on my One Punch Man best girl list, just based on looks. I forgot where I had her, but man, oh man,
Shit, it's not number 1. I know that much.
She needs.
yeah, it's not
she's-
number 1.
She's huge, though.
Top one.
She's like Mizuki huge.
I want her to
Tank top
meet
girl?
Mizuki.
Yeah, in this
She might be
picture,
third.
I think it was like a Smurf art that I saw, but like where it was tank top girl with I think movement up against the wall, and she had him in a tank top or some shit like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of those now.
She put that nigga in the tank top against his wheel.
You wear the tank top, you become the tank top.
But like,
It's like
she,
death by Snoo Snoo.
but she was thrown up against the wall though. Like, I guess like asserting, and in the picture, like there was actually a depiction or description of like the size differences. I think she's like 175 centimeters, and he's like 157 or something like that. You guys would know more about the centimeter shit than I would. We're American.
Yeah, I only know cheeseburgers by bald eagles. I don't know.
Yeah.
Centimeters.
What the hell?
Facts. But yeah, bro. Like I'll give it to you, bro. Like I'll suck on them titties, but at the same time, bro, like
That goes without saying.
yeah, with women like Fubuki around, you can't just be like settling down without looking around, bro. You gotta consider the options, man. You got to.
So she's the prep to Fubuki.
I wouldn't say prep to Fubuki. Cause you can't.
I was about to say that'll be a good prep.
I mean, Fubuki, I think we can all agree, needs a prep.
I mean, can you really prep for Fubuki?
Of course.
Hell no.
Damn, contradictions here, huh? What
How
a
do you
debate.
prepare for that? You can't find nothing like that.
Well,
Yeah, it's hard, man.
that's why you go a couple notches down. You go to Tank Top Girl. You go to Mizuki. You go to Lin Lin. Tatsumaki.
Lily.
No,
We
no.
talked about this. Goddamn.
This guy. You need to stop.
Grimm, I'm all for it. Keep playing this game because I want to see how far you can take it, bro.
Yo, chill.
I really want to see how far you can go with this before you straight up get canceled.
Though he doesn't have like any other gear than straight, going to 5th gear, 0 to 60 when it comes to Lily. So
Going to
simp that.
5th gear, armament hockey, awakened devil fruit.
But the thing is that Lily is a fictional character, and I did not say anything. I just said her name, bro. That's all I did was say her name.
You're gonna go to fictional prison.
Well, you said her name this podcast, but we can go back to multiple, and you said some other stuff.
Nah.
And those are the things you go to the jail for.
Steve, don't believe him, Steve. Nah.
Now,
I was
you
like-
saying that like I don't know your history.
Whoa, bro, my history, bro. What if I said that's a Lily-ish, bro? What? Nani?
Bro, we had a whole day where we were just exposing you.
Nah, bro. Y'all had a whole day of Photoshop, bro.
Man, it was bad. I was seeing some shit. I was like, bro, he said it's bad if I had to question if you said it. Because usually if you say it, if they just attach your name to it, it don't matter what it is. I'll be like, okay, yeah, he said it. But when I was seeing that shit, I was like, Grimm said?
Look, viewers,
Wow.
this is all slander. That's not true. All right. I don't be saying nothing questionable about Lily or individuals who have identities similar to Lily in any aspect. So,
All right.
No, please, viewers, go watch all the podcasts so that he can rake in as much money as he possibly can before he gets demonetized because of Lily. And you'll know exactly what this man thinks about all the time.
I mean, it's just going to go to legal fees anyway, so do it up.
legal fees. I ain't paying for no lawyer, bro. I'm going to jail, nigga. Fuck it.
Oh, God.
We with it. Free food.
Yeah.
Free food, free COVID. It's good.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Well, that got... Now it's demonetized.
Nah,
I'm
can
tanking
talk
that
about
shit. I'm tanking
they
that shit.
updated it.
Yes, no.
You can
Oh, yeah. You can't talk about it now. We
They could just do
Can't
it
talk
on
about what?
tank top
I
instead.
avoid it anyway.
the corona.
It still scares me though because like if they're able to chime in on words, then like how crazy is that algorithm, bro? Like single words. If you just say the word without the context mattering, it's just demonetized. Like regardless.
Absolutely.
You mean like Lily?
Yeah, the algorithm knows Lily, but like you could see it happening real time. Like if you go to your video and you type on, you like put on closed captioning, it's like auto generates what you're saying. That's the algorithm literally hearing what you're saying.
Yeah, I got that.
So
part
that's
down.
how it like catches you.
It's living and breathing. Kill it.
So if you say like COVID or Lily, I'm sexually attracted to her, it will pick up and like, it'll do what it has to do.
I'm not trying to get deranked though, so I'm for sure removing all that. Just bleep, 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 bleep. All right, let's get back on topic though. So obviously the big point of the chapter has been Metal Bat. In the beginning, we talked about how there weren't that many events. Matt mentioned how I think Matt or Sundown mentioned how like we were expecting the actual continuation of the previous fight, but the mission. Hold on, 1 second. Hey yo,
Damn.
shut up, dog.
That's co-host.
You just call your dog.
Dog.
Do you have a dog man hybrid?
No. it's-
Dog nigga.
All right, so sorry about that. So yeah, these guys mentioned how we were hopefully expecting and wanting the continuation of the fight, but Sundownrider mission isn't necessarily a bad thing. People were calling it filler, but there isn't much filler in One Punch Man. That's a part of the story.
Filler?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. People are stupid, bro. They're like, they're meatheads, bro. If you're not doing one thing, it's not a good chapter, bro. Like you said. So
Oh, okay. Because somebody snapped on me earlier today because I said I'm not going to react to this chapter. And I think they were sensitive because of comments like that. Because I said I'm not going to react to this chapter because I already knew Metal Bat was in it, and I felt like I didn't know the chapter was going to be like this, but I felt like since I knew that, it wasn't reaction worthy, and they snapped on me and they were like, One Punch Man is more than just action, you meathead. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Why are you snapping on me?
That's probably what they sounded like too.
yeah,
I was like, why are you snapping on me? I just said I'm not going to react to it. I just say I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to read it. I just said I'm not going to react to it because I feel like the surprise is the appeal of the video. So I think they were just sensitive because people may have made comments like that where they're saying it's fillerish. I think Grimm died.
I guess that big.
Did you get the COVID?
No, his big internet dick went left.
Isn't it ain't no shit?
It was all lies.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm about to be done by the end of the podcast. This whole bottle is gone.
Yeah, I
It is
saw you
gone.
mention red wine. Getting
Oh hell
fancy
yeah!
today.
That's the
Fancy
only thing
today.
you could do with red wine bottles. You finish them.
Fancy today.
all right, my bad.
Word to Cersei.
Shame.
Shame.
Ding 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 ding.
All right, but as we were saying, so since this is like the main part of the chapter, there's a lot of questions, a lot of storylines that could derive from this. We do a lot of predicting. It's been a while since we've done like a backstory for a monster because most of the monsters that are going to be the mainstays have already been introduced. We've already seen most of the S class, so that's why you've seen a lack of like not necessarily fan backstories because they're all facts, but backstories for those characters. But we can derive a lot more things for the future just from like a single chapter. So like I want to ask you guys straight up, just to start off, what were your feelings of Metal Bat's return? Like feelings, and I guess like elaborate upon like what your expectation for him is. Not necessarily the events, but like what do you expect from him returning here? Is it gonna be increase in stock? Is he gonna get his ass beat? Like, do you not really care about him? What's going on?
The GOAT is back. Metal Bat, my nigga Bat. You already know, nigga. I'm excited to see him come back. I don't know what role he's going to play because I feel like everybody has had their matchups set in stone. I do think people are going to have to switch up with the monsters and whatever that didn't die because Black Sperm, Evil Natural Water, all those monsters are still there, and they're going to have to finish him off. So he could maybe help somebody, but I think that is the full extent of what we'll see with Metal Bat, because I don't see him tackling a monster 1-on-1 when we already had these S-class heroes, have their 1-on-1s and whatnot. So I think that's what he'll do in this arc. So from that standpoint, his stock, I don't think it will change that much. I don't think it'll change that much because I don't see him having a character defining fight that will make me change my opinion on the strength. All I know is I hope he does not fight Garou. Not at this stage. No, I don't want that. Please no.
I mean, nobody who's going there now needs to fight Garou. He's only gotten way stronger than everybody, and some of them are still injured.
He's going to.
So is Garou.
Yeah, but he fucking heals and gets stronger. He's in, guys. Everybody else is like, I take the bandages off, I'm better. It's like, dude, you have a concussion. It's like, can you see the numbers I'm holding up with my hand? It's like, it's 17. I ain't got that many fingers, idiot.
Man, metal bat that nigga. Go. Bet. Nigga got a bat. And he smack niggas.
Little
So what's not to love about it? Whoever don't love metal bats, you don't love your mother. And your mother don't love you.
Damn. God damn. Okay.
It in, didn't it?
Damn.
That's how I feel about his return.
Wow, hitting home for me, man.
Metal Bat is that nigga though. He really
So
is.
you had that experience in life.
It's all right. I got fast internet now. It's all worked out.
Oh Lord.
I swear, Grimm, if you didn't record the whole internet chat before the podcast, people are not going to have a fucking clue.
No, I did. I think I pretty much have like at least 14. I got a lot of
White
podcasts.
supremacy stimulus package is different.
Damn, somebody just fired off an AR.
Yeah, that's Steve in the back.
Oh, really?
Steve-O's always multitasking during these podcasts.
I ain't even doing nothing. My little brother washing dishes.
Come on. I can
sorry, guys.
multitask too, man.
I was
drunk.
at the factory today. Sorry.
He said he's drunk.
I'm drunk. I'm breathing. I'm talking. God damn.
He trying to show off.
You know, three-peat.
But anyway, yeah, Metal Bat's back. Awesome. Didn't expect it. He's the last person I expected to see. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do because, like I said in the beginning, not in the webcomic nearly enough. Not in this arc at all. So I mean, like we already know like the matchups. So what he's going to do, it's hard to like kind of place him in there. But I don't know, just for some reason I have this feeling that he's going to beat a dragon. I think he's going to do it. But I don't think he's going to show up like soon. Because like if you see the perspective of him on page 6, like looking at the Monster Association, he's pretty far away. So it might take him a little bit to get there.
That's something that I'm not sure about. I 100% agree that like he shouldn't realistically get there any time. But a lot of other like little mini arcs have involved heroes traveling to other cities or showing up in other cities that like you just didn't know that they had a basis to be there, like they were even close. Though I haven't memorized the location of the cities on the maps that we have for One Punch. But I know, like for example, J City and Z City are nowhere near each other. And if I'm remembering correctly, the Deep Sea invasion happened in Z City. I don't know where exactly Genos and Saitama were whenever they received the information or the call, but like I just know that like at the beginning of the arc, when the first like octopus or like squid like sea monster came out, Saitama showed up out of nowhere. And I have no reason to believe that he wasn't in Z City and he jumped to J City. So there could be some like travel shenanigans going on here. I'll point out the other side too that like often half of the fucking chapter is niggas traveling to some place. Often, man. So we could see Metal Bat running through the city or whatever, like hitting a badass Geno type shit. We could get that. And I'm okay with it, man. I'm okay with like 15 pages of like seeing the gel run in and out of Metal Bat's hair and shit. Like the fucking no homo though. I'm here for it.
He cut out.
All right, go ahead, Sundown.
1 gigabyte my ass. But yeah, I mean, I was super happy with Metal Bat. I actually thought, just from a design perspective, I thought he looked cooler with the bandages across his head, with his hair kind of slightly downwards, than when he came back and kind of slicked it back in his. I'm not really sure whether you'd call it a pompadour or not, but I thought he looked cold as hell when his hair was facing down. In terms of matchups, I'm excited to see who he's gonna go up against. I think Fura Ugly would be cool, just because I'd like.
Yo, what did you say, bastard? Think I forgot about that shit?
The Speed Lord.
What'd you ask?
But yeah, I think against Fura Ugly would be pretty cool, just because I want to see him rearrange Fura Ugly's face. But I'd also want to see him again.
Handsome?
Yeah. That'd be pretty funny. But I also want to see him against Black Sperm, just because I want to see him clap someone that Atomic Samurai did jack shit to.
It's crazy.
And I think he has the capability.
Just give me a sec. Kishin, do you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. I can't quite remember which one of you mentioned it, but we've kind of been building on it. It's like, okay, the matchups are kind of locked in or may be rearranged, but it'll mostly be the same combatants. And these that are rushing towards the epicenter of it all are probably going to play more of a supportive role. But an idea of a matchup, or at least an assistant matchup for Metal Bat, what if he helps Pig God? Like every time he gets eaten, he just hits Gums in the gut and he spits out Pig God, and then they go another round. That idea seem fun to anybody other than just me?
I mean, it's fun, but that's kind of demeaning to Metal Bat. That's more like what an A-class dude would be doing.
I mean, what if he knocks his teeth out? That'd be fun.
Nah. Metal Bat was about to body EC, bro. Pig God and Gums aren't shit.
Metal Bat was about to body Elder Centipede?
I don't think.
Tell him twice, Zhoniin.
No, that was a question.
He's like, when did you read this? Because it did not happen.
you can say that, but nothing in the manga showed Metal Bat was getting bodied by EC, bro.
Nothing?
All right, a few things.
When he flung him across the city.
a few things in there were showing it was gonna be a fight, but Metal Bat had it, bro.
Okay. That's all that needed to be said.
Bro, like, EC speed blitzed Metal Bat, and then he had to dodge, bro. Like, how you dodge when you're the one speed blitzing? What's going on here? Whoa, Nani? We can't tolerate these inconsistencies for EC and not accept them for Metal Bat, bro. Metal Bat made EC dodge. Why would EC a tank have to dodge?
He slipped.
Yeah, there's that giant banana peel in the city, and then
He only has like one leg, right?
Let's keep it pushing because we're gonna hop on that later on. But Sundown.
I went.
Nah, keep going.
I really like Metal Bat.
Did everybody go already for real?
no, I just want to see if you got us confused.
No, it's you, fucking man.
Oh. Oh no, we have fun. No, Metal Bat's sick. Obviously, I'm happy like everyone else that he's back. With Metal Bat coming back, because it sounds like he's going after Garou again. Like he's after a rematch with him, which I doubt. But if he was going to do anything in this fight, like just because he's still injured from his battle, I don't see him like going on one-on-one with someone. I see him probably like maybe teaming up with another injured hero, say like Puri or maybe Darkshine or something against someone. Especially it'd be good if Darkshine, because Darkshine currently he's lost his like fighting spirit. If he teams up with Metalbat, who's all about fighting spirit, it'd be super good.
Yo, this
I do
nigga's a
like that
theorist, bro. Keep going, bro.
But yeah, keep going. That's all I gotta say. But something just I don't know whether it's reference, but like you've got that panel as well, Metal Batways, like heroes won't lose, and it's done super simple. I don't know if that's like a reference to Togashi, because I know obviously like he created Yu Yu Hakusho and he does like a lot of simple art like that, and I know Metal Bat's pretty similar in some ways to Yusuke. I don't know if that's a reference there, but that's just something I picked up on as well.
Togashi definitely does do simple art.
Or no art at all.
Sometimes he just does talk about bubbles and panels.
I'm telling you, that chapter, I think it was chapter 389, something
Legendary.
like that.
Hit the balls.
It was legendary, boy.
The
He had a character. And I mean, I like Hunter x Hunter, but it's just the memes that came from that, where you just have a character just like you don't even have. He has this like dialogue to himself, and he has no art in like one page of the chapter, just straight dialogue.
And he's explaining
Legendary.
a plan.
Yeah. Legendary. Go. Togashi, please come back. I need that.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Miura came back, so any day now.
I wanted to address a bigger point about the arc in general. This chapter did add to it, and before we continue along with the storyline of the chapter, I wanted to address it. So most recently we've seen Darkshine get a reveal of his confidence, right? What it was really like, and it was intertwined with the whole monster play. Stop your monster shit. Hero work isn't really real. The whole debacle of like heroes versus monsters. We got a piece of that ideology in that fight. This is another instance of that. A direct, at least in my reading, in the context that I'm getting, another reference to that directly. When Metal Bat not only once out loud says that heroes won't lose, he says it again to himself. So I guess first the question would be like, how do we identify the beginning of this message or this storyline of like heroes? Is it when Garou showed up? Is that when we're first questioning like what a hero really is or like what a hero really does? Because Saitama, to an extent, his entire storyline is based on that. Or not based on that, but it has it intertwined. So if Garou was part of his own storyline, of his own example, of his own of a lesson that one's trying to show us through this storyline, and also now happens to involve Metal Bat. He made a quote directly addressing it. Darkshine made a quote directly addressing it. What is this storyline really supposed to be like? What is his message? Do we have enough information to like put that message together? Like, is it monsters aren't always bad and like heroes never lose? Is that the message? Like, what have you guys gathered from all the instances that are like addressing this ideology battle?
What I've gathered is that at least in the One Punch Man world, justice is, I guess, not so clear cut, but it seems like that most of the heroes actually do care for the general population, and they're not just blowing smoke when they talk about being heroes. But at the same time, you got a guy like Garou who has been in need of a hero, but was never actually able to have that sort of saving. Even though some people might say it was kind of like, it's kind of petty, I guess, because he was just being bullied by other kids, and that's not that serious. But to some people, it can be that serious. And now he's using that as his driving force behind this whole crusade against the heroes, and now Monster Association as well. So I don't know if it's really enough to come to a conclusion on what message is trying to be told through the story at this point, or at least for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. The message, I think just one's writing in general, and it also goes to Mob Psycho too. Whoever follows that, it's very similar as to where there's like a gray area for most of the what's the word I'm looking for? Lessons and narratives that one goes into, especially in this series with like monsters and heroes and stuff like that. But also, you know, like specifically in this instance with Metal Bat talking about heroes never die or heroes never lose and all that stuff. I more so think that that's just Metal Bat saying that. You know, Metal Bat is 17 after all, and he is like, I don't know, like a Bancho archetype. So, I mean, he definitely believes that, but that's, you know, obviously not the case. So I think that's probably shedding more light on like Metal Bat's naivety and, you know, just who he is as a person. But I like it.
But that's like, all right, when you said the word naivety, it helped me make the final connection so I can address what you were saying. Because, like, my first question when you said that was, like, so do you not, like, connect the whole Darkshine dialogue with this to an extent? And then the naivety was also brought up in this arc entirety. That, like, these heroes that are so confident, so powerful, that haven't been tested, have now been tested. And we see the result of that. None of them can unscathed come out on top. None of them can handle situations that are out of control like that. So I'm like, that's a clear lesson right there. Like, they've been telling us that heroes never lose. Remember that fist that was broken in half? Making fun of that, like, that idea that heroes are strong or whatever. Overwhelmingly strong. This is a reiteration of that. Like, we saw the fist broken, and, like, this guy, who we know is a tank is coming back to, you know, to re-represent what a hero is supposed to be. To bring, at least to represent his stance in what a hero is. So I'm like, I could see it as being part of, like, the naivety of the heroes. You know, Metal Bat also being one who probably hasn't encountered a tough fight, but I first don't see him as a character that, like, would fall for that, in particular because of the EC situation and just how he is in general. And I really think it has something to do with the overall lesson here.
I don't think it's necessarily a message. At least what with Metal Bat said with the heroes won't lose thing. I think that's more of a thing where he has to have this mentality, or he wouldn't be in a position that he's in. Because, like, if you think you're going to lose a fight, you're probably not going to win. So it's just a mentality of, like, my group is good versus the evil side. So we can't, it's like a thing of, like, we can't lose. It's not like we won't lose. Like, it's not a possibility, but you have to have that type of confidence if you want to, you know, go in a fight and fight these monsters. So I think it's just a matter of him, like, pumping himself up, if that makes sense.
Pump?
Pump.
Pumper?
Pump, 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 pump.
Pompadour?
Who we pumping?
Well, it is a pompadour.
I don't know. Wasn't Grimm talking about pumping last
You can't say
time?
that on this
Oh, yeah.
podcast. He's
Last
against that.
podcast.
That was the last one. So no.
See, I'm trying to pump.
So I think with Metal Bat, it might be partly because he told his sister that, you know, essentially I'm not going to go out there and die. I'm gonna survive, gonna come back. Heroes never lose, that kind of thing. So I think it was more him repeating that mantra to himself, like, yeah, heroes never die, heroes never lose. Too much Overwatch, but heroes never lose, so that he can go on, continue to fight with that kind of same mantra going through his head. But I do kind of like the idea that it's not just a mantra for someone like Metal Bat, but kind of this naive ideology that is followed by the heroes who possibly haven't been tested. People like Darkshine, maybe even Tatsumaki, who was struggling a little bit earlier. So maybe, and even Atomic Samurai, all these guys who probably thought, yeah, we're never going to get touched again, realizing that they're not invulnerable. Yes, I do kind of like the idea, but I'm not sure if that's the message that One or Murata was trying to suggest through through Metal Bat's Heroes Never Lose.
I mean, that definitely could be, because that's literally what, if you take like the messages heroes never lose, like that is what this chapter is about. All these heroes who apparently lost, like they're getting back up again. Like Moomin, Tank Top, the Blizzard group, the Tank Top guys, like they're all getting up again, and everyone except for the martial artists who don't count themselves as heroes yet, they're the ones who are staying. They're staying out of it. All the others who are heroes, like you could obviously they lost their fights respectively. But technically, have they lost if they'd lose if they gave up and they'd let evil walk over them? Whereas they're getting back up, they're doing whatever they can to support to make sure that like evil doesn't stop, that evil stops even. Like that is what, maybe if you want to look at it like that. And obviously, I think there's something definitely there what Sundown said about, like, you know, he said it to Zenko and he's got to live up. Like he can't let down what he said to his sister, because obviously Zenko's everything to him. He's not going to say heroes never lose, and then he's like, right, heroes never lose. I have to live up to that, otherwise I'm letting her down too.
I could see this meaning a few different things, as you've all mentioned. You know, like maybe it's a hyping up, kind of stealing it more in his head. But you could possibly view this as like the good side of things is always going to win, even as long as I keep going at it, persevering. If I get knocked down, I'm going to get back up, going to swing my bat again. As long as I draw a breath, I will be a hero that won't lose. And it's like, in the heroes themselves overall will not lose as long as we're still fighting. I think that's what it's going down to.
So the next point we should address, I guess, regarding Metal Bat is his strength. So usually characters could go with the whole Zenkai boost situation where, well, actually no, I am actually kind of really interested in this question. So Garou in mid-fight gets stronger. Garou gets his ass bodied, lifts in a puddle of his blood, gets back up, his healing, and is stronger. Garou encounters Garou, and then says that he's using fighting spirit. So my question to you guys is, does Metal Bat have a permanent boost the more pumped up he gets? Or like, maybe it won't be a permanent boost like that. Like, is Metal Bat stronger because he had to use so much power?
Okay, because you're asking like two questions with that. What's the specific question?
So the first specific question is like, is Metal Bat stronger because he used so much fighting spirit before?
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
Like if he was at his peak up against the whole Garou fight or whatever, if he got to 15 when he was normally a 10, is he like a 12 now because he got to 15? Like the more that you get, like, do you gain some like permanent residual like power boost from that, or like is Metal Bat stronger right now? Go ahead.
I get what you're saying now. I don't think with the fighting spirit that it will raise your like base strength. I think with Metal Bat in particular, I feel like, I don't want to say he's peaked, but I don't think he would like rise up in his base strength. I think his power will always be him gradually getting stronger as the fight progresses. So no, I don't think he like boosted himself up to this level to where, like you said, if you fought at his peak at a 15 or whatever with Garou, now he's at a 12 at base or whatever. I don't think it's like that. I think is that how he's going to fight permanently is going to be gradually get stronger and stronger and stronger throughout the fight.
I'm not saying his fighting style is going to change, or that like fighting spirit itself is going to change his characteristics. I'm saying like, well, all right, how about this? Can he get stronger in general?
It depends if he actually applies himself in a kind of like physical training regiment, I imagine. Because like, he's basically a human, but he has this fighting spirit ability. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets over time. He's very much like the Hulk. But his base level stats, I don't know, unless, like I said, he goes into a training program or something to physically get stronger, if his base level is ever going to get higher.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I don't.
Is it like
He's an odd
because you guys are
character.
implying that he can't get like if he does 500 push-ups every single day for a month, is he not going to be stronger?
Yeah, I believe he can get stronger, but I don't think anything that he does, like from what we've seen in the story so far, like just him fighting Garou in particular, is going to make his like starting point from a fight that much stronger. I do think he can get stronger, but it's not just with Metal Bat. I feel like that's the case with a lot of these heroes. I don't think a lot of these heroes are like Garou to the point where they can just exponentially increase their base strength or whatever. So it's not a knock on Metal Bat. I just feel like a lot of these heroes are at a point where they've kind of hit a wall in some sense. I do think Metal Bat. I think all the heroes can get stronger. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like they can't like raise their base. They can get deeper into what they already have, but I don't think they can go crazy with what they got already at the start of a fight.
I want to say yes to that question, but if I do that, then the Zoro stance gonna come from my neck because I said Zoro don't get no stronger from all that training he be doing on the ship.
There's a different story though.
What?
Because like, because like this is like, all right. When Satsuki went on that rant, like that shit. Yeah, Zoro gets way stronger running boat, but
No,
so a limiter exists. Like that's a thing. Like you have to like get past your limiter. That's a thing in this series. So we can identify that as like a prominent or like an actual variable in terms of your growth. Like there will be a point where you're not going to get stronger. I could agree to a speculation that maybe Metal Bat's at that point. I can say that that Tank Top hasn't. He's sitting there working out trying to get stronger, and he looks like there's a possibility for him to get stronger. But I had that same impression from Metal Bat coming out of this, and I can agree that like you identifying Garou as different than the rest, I can accept that. But Saitama, even though he's a special case or whatever, was able to train to get stronger to a point where he chose to remove his limiter in entirety. So you can get stronger as long as we're agreeing that like you can get to reach a limiter. I'm just asking like, if we were to not agree that let's say Metal Bat has not reached his limiter yet, shouldn't him like getting more pumped up using fighting spirit, isn't that technically like that's training? Like that's you going through a rigorous ass like obstacle. Like the more rigorous the challenge is, the more he steps up for it. Like,
okay, let me change my stance. My stance, to make it clear, is not. It's possible, but I don't think it will happen. Let me say that. I think it's possible that he could raise his base strength theoretically, but I don't think it will happen. I think what can happen with Metal Bat is, like I said before, he doesn't get stronger in his base, but he just gets deeper into what the power he already has. He can tap into his power more so the more fights he has. That's my stance on it.
He reaches higher thresholds with this spirit power. And maybe it grows quicker.
Yeah, but you guys are still describing a power increase. Like that's what we're like when we say grow, we're talking about gaining power. And we can agree that like or no, we can't even agree upon this because we haven't seen it yet. There's nothing in the story that tells us that however strong Metal Bat got to beat a Garou, that he went down from that. There's like I think there's one quote where Metal Bat says that it's been a long time since I've been this pumped up. After he beat Raph City and in Senior Centipede. That could be referring to a point where like yes, he did go down. But that could also mean that like he hasn't fought since such a long time that he's rusty. That could be referring to that too. So like I won't give as much credit to it, but I do want to hold judgment on the fact of whether Metal Bat gets as strong as he gets pumped up to. So if you pump Metal Bat up to a 15, he's now at a 15 indefinitely. That could be a possibility. It's not likely, but it could be a possibility. I'm just asking, like, I don't know, bro. Can you guys comment on what you guys have heard discussed so far? Zoe, Steve?
Sure. I will definitely comment on what I've heard so far. And that is, why is Zoro not getting stronger on the ship?
You fucking...
I figured with that lead up.
Well, to me, it just seems like a a load of crock. If I do say
like
so myself.
country crock, like vegetable
Country
oil.
crock. It's a load of vegetable oil, if that's what crock is. But I just don't see how it
Isn't that
makes
also
much
a
of a
butter
difference in
brand?
his development, because every instance where we see him training in between the arcs, it's like, the only way it would make sense to me is if there was some way to justify the others canonically getting stronger by doing absolutely nothing, and Zoro is just naturally weaker than them, and he has to maintain strength by training. But there's no indication of that from the series, so I just think the Zoro training is just meant to be a character trait for him. It's not supposed to signify that this is something that makes him stronger. Because if it does make him stronger, then him being the only person that's consistently lifting and running in place and doing all that bullshit, shouldn't he be far and away the strongest on the ship?
No. Because it's kind of both. It's kind of like his character trait too. How like Sanji doesn't do that. Sanji cooks and relaxes. Luffy just eats and shit and plays around with Usopp or whatever. Like niggas, that's his hobby, and his hobby happens to actually work and makes him stronger and shit. The other guys don't have a hobby of making them stronger, so they just get those like stupid spontaneous boosts at the end of arcs for doing almost nothing, or like overcoming niggas without having to actually put in work and shit. Sometimes, most of the times they do it outside of Luffy, but like. I definitely believe that because that's how he got the whole gorilla shit. Remember when the whole fucking when his biceps go up and look like fucking
One
ovals
gorilla,
and shit.
two gorilla, three
Yeah,
gorilla,
like
four.
that's-
But I think that's Steve-O's point. I know we're getting off track with One Piece, but I think that's Steve-O's
Now
point.
let's stay on it.
Because it's kind of like I think what Steve-O is saying, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's saying like the training isn't increasing his power that much because of what we see from other Straw Hats, where they're getting stronger through fights, not through training. I think that's what Steve-O is trying to say.
Right.
So there's like a lot of off-screen training in One Piece. Oda doesn't do like training arcs, even though like the time skip with Raskina and all that stuff, kind of like a training arc, but not really. So like you have to just subtly show it sometimes, and then sometimes he doesn't even tell you. It's just implied that they are constantly training on the ship so they can get stronger from arc to arc. Example, Luffy learning Gear 2. We never see him do it. He kind of just pulls it out because it was necessary for him to do that. And you just think, oh, well, I guess he was just training in between Aokiji and Water 7.
No,
Same thing with Sanji and Diablo Jambe. We never see him train for that. We don't even know how that friggin' works. but I don't know.
Here's the thing with that. I've always heard that argument, right? But every time I go back and look through that portion of the series, I see no point in time where they realize that they need to get stronger after getting their ass whooped. And then to the point where they actually use those techniques. I never see a point where they can stop and actually train. Because usually, if you were to argue that, you would have to point out a time where there's like a significant gap in time that we miss. But everything is pretty much shown like running concurrently.
I definitely agree that like that's not something that can be completely just dismissed. That like we should get more context as to like when people are training. And I personally see like what recently happened with the hockey thing when he was sitting there learning in the ring, the sumo thing. What is it called? The push.
Rio.
Yeah, that. I kind of like appreciated the fact that we were getting to see the actual training, and the fact that like him putting it into practice for that amount of time or whatever we were seeing results. I didn't like the amount of results. There's obviously like main character input into that shit, but like I think it's the entire reason why we see Zero after the time skip come back and start cutting ships, cut that big ass thing in Dressrosa or whatever, is because of his training. Like he didn't just magically like get stronger. Like sure the Babu training, but we don't really have information to imply that he ever even fought Mihawk. That Mihawk was even actually like applying shit physically to him. So I can't say that like he got stronger from blocking Mihawk's slashes. What he's just fighting Babu to beat him.
I always thought that Mihawk never did shit. He was just fucking Perona that whole time.
I mean, that's a good way to spend your time.
Yeah,
for
that's
2
what
years.
I'm saying. Yeah,
I wouldn't say Mihawk did nothing, but I'm not of the belief that Mihawk was like sparring with him or anything. But I think Mihawk was definitely giving them pointers and directing them and how to improve themselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like sparring. I mean, of course, Mihawk's probably telling him some shit. And it's possible that Mihawk maybe even gave him that scar, but I just don't think he was really too hands-on with the training.
Yeah, I think it was
Mihawk's
that more of that like that passive wise sensei shit where like they leave you alone to do something because you're stubborn, and then like they teach you with subtle like hints or subtle messages along the way or whatever, and then you eventually just stumble into yourself. I think it was like that where like he was just telling him like, you're not drinking until you get this done. And then he got it done, and then all right, bet, do this, and then you can drink some more. It was some shit like that. That's what I thought was supposed to be the emphasis of his teaching method. But fuck that nigga.
And he's just pumping. He's just pumping Perona, and he's watching Zoro from like his bedroom window.
That's why Fuji coming after his ass. Fuji finna clap and be done.
Good,
You
Zoro.
get a meal and a show? Okay.
Fuji finna have him like Dofi chained up.
All right, yeah. Legitimately though, I am sorry that we detracted into One Piece, but let me just say one more thing. Rayleigh on Ruskaina, the very first thing that he shows Luffy is the Rio Haki, right? But never teaches them it for some reason.
Well, you know how Luffy is. He's more of a visual. He kind of tries to figure it out once he's seen it.
All right, but we got your bullshit out of the way, fucking Zhoniin.
You were.
Hey, it wasn't me. That was Steve-O.
Metal Bat.
Well, I wasn't trying to divert the conversation. I just brought up a point that I made.
It's all your fault, man.
Can't blame me. I was just doing my thing.
Metal Bat.
As usual.
Kinzoku Bato. What are we talking about? His strength?
We're talking about how fighting spirit works, whether he can get a permanent.
All right. Oh yeah, I remember. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would be in the camp of saying that he goes back to base after he's like done fighting. He doesn't retain any kind of fighting spirit pump up boost that he gets in the fight. And yes, I do think that he can get stronger because it would be absurd if he can't. Like, they're training. Everyone pretty much in the One Punch Man world can train and become stronger. So Metal Bat is no different. He's just like a freak of nature. Like, he probably doesn't even train.
So he hasn't reached his limiter.
Oh, hell no. Dude, if he had reached the limit of his power, like the limiter, then Garou would have no business fighting him. Or Hero Hunter Garou.
I mean, outside of fighting spirit, I'm assuming that like he's reached his limiter, but fighting spirit lets him go past that.
All right, so you're saying that he's reached his limit in power, like
His base.
the Saitama limiter.
Yes.
And every time he activates fighting spirit, he's going past his limit of power, like the limiter.
How Garou breaks his limiter. That's what breaking your limiter is, to break past that. And now there's a new limit at the next level. That's what I'm assuming that happens. That Metal Bat has reached his base, and that fighting spirit lets him momentarily break his limiter.
Well, maybe one day that will be the case. I'm on board with thinking that Metal Bat can probably break his limiter through his ability, but I don't think it's happened in the series yet, and I don't think it's going to happen for a very long time, if it does. He would have to be way more powerful than what he is. Like, if he's like if he's breaking his limiter every time he goes into fighting spirit, then he would have destroyed Elder Centipede.
Okay, but like that's the next thing that we have to directly identify then. Breaking your limiter is going to be different for different individuals, correct?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
So why couldn't this non-drastic level of power, why couldn't that be his limiter in contrast to Orochi's, for example? Orochi's limiter is probably much, much higher. They're just two different individuals. Why couldn't Metal Bat already be at his limiter, but his power is so crazy and high that it lets him go past that voluntarily?
Well, then he'd be weak.
Hey, isn't it? Matter of fact, you're a culprit of this. Niggas have accused you, so let me not ask you this directly, but niggas,
I'm a culprit.
To the rest of you guys, niggas have accused Metal Bat of being one-shottable. That if you have enough power quickly enough, you can take him out before a fighting spirit lets him catch up. You guys?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think
is that weak of him then?
Well, I'm saying weak compared to those who break or remove limiters.
We've seen 2, 3.
I think Goketsu could probably one-shot Metal Bat.
Whoa. Check out the
Well, he
one.
probably wouldn't
Check
be
out the
playing
community
around.
polls, individuals. See your
Wow.
opinions. That's
You
a
think
poll question.
Oketsu could one shot?
Do you hear this? No, I think that was
I think
literally
if-
a poll question.
I think Goketsu, and he was like seriously trying to punch Metal Bat, he would destroy him.
I think he's taking an entire barrage. Like I think like the machine gun blows that Genos does. I think Goketsu could do that to Metal Bat, and he would tank the first one. On God, he'd take the first one.
Nah,
I can't see that.
nah.
I can't see it.
Quit hitting my ankles, human. And
I'm
then
sa-
just-
I'm not saying Metal Bat would die, but I'm saying he's down for the count.
he'd be
Metal
sent
Bat would be
sailing.
he would be given the Hulk Loki treatment.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
pretty much.
Did we forget that like he slammed the ground in a building cracked, a several multi-story building cracked, not next to him.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Therefore, he would
Do
survive.
you hear this
a
clown?
machine
Do
gun
you
blow
hear
from
this
Goketsu.
clown, Randy?
Bro, go catch a different nigga. Come on,
Shit,
man.
that's all you have to say.
I kind of wonder every time he hits a new high, his fighting spirit because it's like physically making him stronger. Is it putting so much strain that it's like training his muscles?
Bro, that's
And then-
that's what I'm saying. But these niggas saying that I agree that it's probably not. But that's what I'm saying. That like because he's getting so much stronger, that his base, like the residual from his base, the fact that he did that much work should also be amplified.
Okay, so experience from fighting and all of that stuff. Yeah, sure. Everyone gets stronger after a fight. Whether it be, mental experience, muscle memory, hypertrophy, whatever have you. But I'm saying that, like, if Metal Bat, what'd you say?
He's losing it over hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy is when your muscle fibers break and they build up and become bigger. Anyway,
Oh,
God
damn.
damn.
so
More than
what
that.
I'm saying is that Metal
That's
Bat,
more than white supremacy.
You already know.
I don't know anything about that, but
No. You're not gonna bring up Lily and get mad when we bring up the supremacy shit. Everything's gonna be a joke.
But anyway, all I'm saying is that Metal Bat, via the story needing to progress, will for sure get stronger fight to fight, appearance to appearance. I don't deny that. But I'm what I am saying is that he's not like as powerful as you think he would become. Like you were saying, like 10 and 15. I think if anything, he's not staying at 15, and maybe he's going to like 11 at the most.
Big facts. Big facts. That's, 100%.
Maybe a 10.7.
Oh, this nigga, bro.
Maybe a 10.75.
That 0.3 was the change.
Damn, bro.
I ran the calcs, and it turned out it wasn't exactly 11.
Oh, you rounded down, huh? All right.
No, I ran the calcs. I was like,
Counts.
I'm running calcs, and 10.75.
Using that Texas.
Yeah, I got Pokemon on there too.
Oh God.
All right.
TI-82.
Matt, so now you guys haven't really like sparred in the discussion. What do you guys think about the views?
Yeah, put your gloves on.
You want to go? Should I go?
Both of you at the same time talking over each other. Let's go.
With the lube.
Really spar.
Ready? We'll do it, I think.
We'll just do it.
3, 2, 1.
Well, my stance on the Battle Bat thing is that, well, whatever Sundown says, because he stopped at some point, and then, wow, we really went. That was a great moment. Wasn't it?
Sundown. You left him out to dry.
Sorry, man. I started drinking some water halfway through.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Oh, you went full ventriloquist with it, huh?
Yeah, I was speaking through Matt. I inspired him. But
Oh, is that like a British thing?
yeah, we do it all the time. It's like Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's fine. It's drinking some more. It's a common British.
But I'll go. Yeah, so I don't think. I think I agree mostly with Zhoniin here in the sense of he might have increased his base strength a little bit, and he'll do that progressively as the series continues. The more and more fights he gets in, but whether or not that will improve his rate of hypeness as he kind of gets more battle kind of excited, I suppose is the term. Will he kind of improve his ability to reach a certain state? So let's say, for instance, you were saying that 15 mark. It took him a certain amount of time to get to that 15 mark against Garou. But can he reach that 15 mark a hell of a lot faster now that he's in another fight with another dragon class monster? Can he hit 15 real quick and then go to like 16, 17? Is that something that he can achieve now that he's gone to that 15?
It's it's kind of like a slippery slope, because I think, yeah, for sure. Why not? Because like, I don't know what, we're going to go back to Goketsu. Like one punch from Goketsu is probably the equivalent of everything Garou did to Metal Bat in that fight, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, but also, Metal Bat has to survive it, has to stay conscious. And that's why I'm saying it's kind of slippery, because in theory, yeah, sure. But also the execution could be way different. Like he just gets destroyed and then we don't see him go to 15.
Yeah, and I suppose that's his issue, right? If he just gets clapped instantly, I don't personally see him. If he was against Goketsu and he got lamps just straight away, I don't think he would survive.
But
he'd survive. He would survive. He just wouldn't be in a good position.
And then Goketsu just steps on Zenko.
That would knock him like way past the 15. That'd put him at 45.
Oh god. Dragon level.
I said heroes never lose.
Whoa. That was
are you gonna
was an
dub
interesting
him
voice.
in the
Employ me, somebody.
Hey man, I said heroes never die.
So that's supposed to be your impression of a black man?
Whoa.
Oh no!
I was just going off of what Sundown said.
that's the impressions of Metal Bat?
I was
sure
doing a
hope so.
Chinese guy.
Oh no!
I never heard no Chinese like that.
You need to go to Hong Kong, my friend.
Not right now.
Oh, that's where they at? All right.
Oh wow.
Yo, what's up, man? These protests suck.
Sounds like something straight out of a blaxploitation film.
Yo, I gotta bleep all this shit, bro.
Anaconda malt liquor makes your penis small.
Come on, bro. You can't say you keep it.
Am I the only one who's seen that movie?
I don't know what movie that
Black
is.
Dynamite, one of the best movies ever.
Oh,
The only
I
one.
watched the cartoon, and I think I watched the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Nope.
Now, everybody listening right now, stop what you're doing. Unsubscribe from Grimm, and then go watch Black Dynamite.
I like how you added that when you didn't need to.
Oh, whoops. I mean, subscribe and hit the bell button.
Yo, hey, if I lose, something, bro, you gotta do a face reveal.
Oh wow.
All right. I guess that's fair.
No, don't do no, bro.
You know what you should do? I think you should strike a deal. Grimm, you release a video showing your Dark Shine glute workout.
Oh no!
Whoa! All right, Sundown.
And Zhoniin,
You can't pass the buck. You can't pass the buck on a Grimm here.
Yeah.
hey man,
You're the glute. You're the glute bro.
You don't want to see my glute striations.
No, I do, and everybody else does too, even if they don't admit it.
The glue bandit. Oh shit, bro.
thought I forgot about that glute video.
I should never have mentioned.
You just dug your own grave.
All right.
Better count your fucking days.
So let's see here. So
Wait. It's Matt's turn, man.
oh, that's right. My fault.
What Sundown said. There we go. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
honestly, clowns, bro.
We went on to One Piece for like 10 minutes, guys.
Should
Yeah,
we
I'm
go
not
back?
Sure what to add.
So Enma, right?
Is Enma a power up?
Yes.
Could
Technically,
he take on
yes.
Suit Sanji?
But it
Yes.
doesn't make him stronger.
No,
Yes, it does.
But he's training.
but it's a different way to use his powers that like gives him a bigger output in a certain category. So you could technically say that like that new strategy doesn't make him stronger.
Oh, Grimm,
So
you
when
can't
you're
go,
playing-
oh, you don't want to lose subs. This is
When you're
you'll
playing
lose
a
subs, we're
game-
talking about One Piece.
I know,
Steve-O, when you're playing
we're
a
done.
video game
No.
and you change swords and you get stronger, you're actually not getting stronger.
No.
Well, that's the thing.
No.
It's making him
It's not the
exert
thing, bro.
more.
I'm cutting this shit out.
Mm.
It's making him exert more. It's not actually increasing his power. It's making him do that thing to himself.
Steve-O,
Yeah.
I think you need to make that ASMR One Piece weird topic channel.
No.
Oh, I sure will.
Don't let him tell you to do that, bro.
I sure will.
First video that you make ASMR is Zoro doesn't get stronger from training on the ship. And then your second video is Enma doesn't make Zoro stronger.
Right.
Hey, no, high
Yeah,
100,000
I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
And Enma is not a power up.
It's not.
Yeah, there you go. There's
At
the title.
least that's what the Zoro stance say.
It's not though. Look, bro.
It's not.
Fucking yo, and this nigga Matt decided not to talk about Metal Bat. You guys are fucking clowns, bro.
Hey, what about Miruko though, man?
Who?
Oh, she fired.
Oh, Mirko from My Hero?
Yes,
Titties
sir.
and ass.
Yeah, man.
She's a
I
black
know
woman.
I know Grimm's about that series.
Nah,
The first black woman in Shonen Jump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about 3 of you.
Oh, are we on Suiryu?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that nigga. I was so happy to see him, man.
He's all
But he being way
shiny
too humble now. He went from being big cock energy to being a humble nigga.
Bro, he was doing one-handed push-ups. What are you talking about?
Bro, he humble now. What you mean? He like,
Hell
oh, we
no.
gotta learn from these niggas. When back then he was like, I'm that nigga. Y'all niggas better watch me.
He's wiser. He's still probably gonna be cocky like that when he's busting niggas' asses, clapping
Yeah,
cheeks,
he humble as hell now, bro.
handling business. Nah,
No,
he's humbler.
It ain't no way. It ain't no way that current Suiryu when he clapping a nigga cheeks, he gonna be like, yeah, I'm that nigga. I'm in your cheeks, nigga.
Oh,
What
you
gonna
crazy, bro.
do?
He might
He
even.
gonna be more like just take your time, little nigga. One of these days,
What?
you surprise me. Come back and find me when
You're
you're
a
ready.
clown, bro. What other
Bro,
niggas
that's-
change like that? What other characters change like that in the series? What other niggas change like that?
That's why Suiryu that nigga for real.
Oh,
Because he going through that. He going
Dr.
through
Genius.
strict character progression. What you mean?
Bro, Suiryu is a fucking player, bro. He's still showing those same aspects by sitting here doing one-handed push-ups, bro. He's about to get out of the hospital, get his bitch's number, probably clap her in the broom closet, and then go out there and handle shit, bro.
Wait, which one? Who's he clapping?
Oh,
The main one. The main
Linlin?
Nah, ooh.
I was gonna say he's just been slaying her this whole time. That's why he's talking to her like that, you know, like not hitting on her. He's just bored. He's just been slaying.
yeah, bro.
It's
The
like,
awkwardness is
oh
going.
my
ahead
God,
and get
stop! Put those friggin' weapons away and stop shaking those bells.
Go ahead and get it.
Fuck! I can't wait to get out of this goddamn hospital. I want to be a fucking hero.
Yo, he really did tell Linlin off, bro. He really did tell her. He's like, the palm bell fist, a silent martial art with the inner calmness. The bells wouldn't ring, right?
Basically, he told her, it's like, your bells ring, bitch. You ain't shit.
Yo, your bells wouldn't ring if you were such a bitch, right?
She's still blushing though, bro. Like,
Well, of course.
he,
You can't get angry at beautiful people.
like he
And
worked her
when they're
hard.
looking out at the balcony, you can actually see where her bells are ringing too. So
Yeah, make a video about it. Why don't you?
What?
Yo, this nigga said, yo. I hope people are listening. This is the true tyrant of the podcast.
Yeah, Kishin. Kishin is the friggin' tyrant of this damn podcast. I'm tired of it.
Well, I am a demon god, so you know it's the role I was given by myself, and I gladly accept it.
So, how strong is Metal right now? Like,
What?
We still doing this?
no, this is a different question though. Like, who?
This is Metal Bat the podcast at this point.
Like, he's obviously gonna come in and fight. So, like, who can he beat? Who's he losing to right now?
So, pre-surgery, Metal Bat was strong enough to smack Elder Centipede
Smack him.
into the ground.
Wait, you think he had surgery?
Hold on.
That's fucked up.
Hold on.
He had a whole
He
operation.
smacked him into the ground, but now post-surgery, Metal Bat, he'll be smacking Elder Centipede through the ground.
All right,
His
what?
power has increased tremendously.
Oh my boy.
What was his surgery?
ACL. He had a full knee
Turns
reconstruction.
out that he had a second Metal Bat, and it got put, and now it's his spine.
That's a
That-
quick
that's-
recovery.
He planted.
He had
He planted his foot and he turned real quick, and then it was just game over.
Yo, that's so
from there.
disrespectful, bro.
He had a pancreectomy.
What?
I don't know what that.
It's when you
Yeah.
got to get your pancreas removed.
He had to get his duodenum removed, man. He had a
Yeah.
whole bunch of shit going down.
They had a proctologist in there. Oh shit!
Sounds like he had quite a few things going on in his life.
Is that when they digging your ass?
What?
Yeah, it totally is.
Okay. Nah, I ain't no Metal Bat was that old.
He's not. It's fucked up.
All right, Satsuki. Who do you think Metal Bat would lose to, or would beat right now, or lose to, if they ran up against him?
Realistically, I think the only person he could beat that I can think of right now is Fury Ugly, because he's the only person I think that we don't rate too high, just because his fight with Amai Maz didn't show us anything with his strength. I mean, we believe, yeah, we believe he's strong. We believe he's strong based on his title alone, but the fight didn't show us anything. Like Evil Natural Water, even though that didn't go too wild or anything, I think he's really strong just based on his portrayal, how, you know, he was locked up in that safe and whatnot. There's other monsters, we got different instances where through the fight or through portrayal, we can see how strong they are. But with Fury Ugly, we don't really got that too much. You know, basically, Amai Maz lost that because that was his greatest weakness, fighting up against an ugly nigga, which is trash. But yeah, I think that's it. Because like I don't really know what he can do against Black Sperm, because blunt impact attacks aren't really going to do shit to him. And then with Evil Natural Water, I don't see how a nigga with a bat is going to win that fight.
It's like fighting the ocean.
I don't see
winning.
it. Yeah. So I think Fury Ugly is the only person I could see him beating, and I hope to God he does not fight Garou. Please no.
Oh, you think he's gonna die?
I don't think he's going to
Right.
die. I think he's going to lose.
I mean, what's wrong with
And
losing?
then he died.
What? Nigga, don't answer them the recent polls, bro. We don't need
Oh,
your
no.
input, Dave.
Ain't
Hell
nothing
no.
wrong with losing.
Yeah,
If a
ain't
nigga
nothing.
lose, you can take beastly hell. You ain't learned
Yeah.
nothing from Taekwondo.
Listen, my favorite character is Satsuki, and she's taking her share of L's. It's just that, man, with these power ups with Garou, bro, I don't want to see Metal Bat I don't want to see him as a footstool for Garou to get stronger. I don't want to see that.
But what do you like? Are you implying that like he get the pooty treatment? Like, what are you saying?
Oh no. Cause Puri, nah. Cause he woke up and beat Puri. I don't think anybody is getting embarrassed like that. You know, Puri is at his spot for a reason. Well, I mean, you know, if Tank Top Master was in that situation, the same thing could have happened. But I'm just saying what like actually happened in the story.
Whoa.
I know he got a tank top, but let's be real here.
All right.
Yeah, man. Nah. I don't think he would get embarrassed like that at all. But I do think he would take an L to Garou. That will make us go like, shit. Garou is on a different level now.
But Matt,
Hey,
Hey, how you doing,
what
kiddo?
Garou's doing? No, Garou, Melbat.
No, you were right.
Well, yeah, Garou's down there. There you go. That's it. That's what I gotta say. I mean, honestly, like, I guess the thing is, Melbat's still injured. Is the main thing. So then it does lead to the question of what you guys were saying earlier. Like, if he's injured, if he takes damage quicker, does his attack power go up quicker as well?
nigga, we didn't even say that. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I didn't think of that.
So if it go up by 2x, that means it's gonna go up by 6x now because he hurt. Chill, bro.
Well, they did say a wounded animal is more dangerous, especially when cornered.
We did say that.
I honestly didn't take his injuries into account with anything. I feel like I don't think he's like fully healed or anything like that, but I also don't think it's going to hinder him too much to the point where he's going to blame his injuries on a L he may possibly take.
I would have beat you if my pancreas wasn't removed 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
You see this broken leg? It's like, this is why I lost.
Just
Yeah, I
think
was
it's
joking about the
Surgery
pancreas,
jumping off
but
that lightning.
go back and take a look at where his bandages were.
Steve-O, I think you need to go back and look where his bandages were.
Now,
Yo. Niggas is really discussing what surgery this nigga had. Yo.
Like I said, he got a concussion.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the question is.
I don't think half of us do anymore.
Yo, I'm cutting this shit out, bro.
Because I was talking about ACL reconstruction. And then suddenly we started talking about Melbat and how strong he is.
Yeah.
And I thought we already went through that like three times.
Yeah. The question is, who can he beat right now? Like, where's he at? Well, how strong is he right now?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who can he beat? Out of the current Dragon class?
Adam, whomever you want
No,
to
only
scale
the
up against.
Tigers.
The Tigers won't even know.
I think, like I said first, Fura Ugly. We still don't know what the hell his whole shtick is, but I get the feeling that Metalbat is gonna come and provide him the claps. He's gonna be showering him with all of that shit.
that nigga is just incredibly ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be Fear Handsome by the end of it.
That
Whoa.
That's
Wait, you
gay
read
as
the
fuck, bro.
webcomic?
Like, high key.
No, but like
that's so
like,
gay.
No, you
Spoilers,
remember that
Keishan.
one?
He's gonna beat him handsome, Keishan?
He's gonna beat
No.
the ugly.
Yeah,
You
like
remember
Duval.
that?
Just like 1P.
Well, there
Duval
was the
in one
SpongeBob
second.
episode as well, where Squidward kept getting hit in the door, and he became what everyone perceived as
Handsome
handsome.
Squidward.
Yeah, it's science.
What
Yeah.
everyone perceived as handsome? Come on, man, that nigga was pretty.
He- Anyway, it's like I feel like that could happen.
But yeah, in terms of who he'd lose to, I think Black Sperm. He's kind of still that wild card. I don't quite know what his thing is. He seems to be trolling everyone, even Atomic Samurai, while he was getting sliced to bits. So I think Black Sperm will have to have like an end game level opponent. Homeless Emperor. I'd love to see if he could do anything to Homeless Emperor. That would be dope. it's a completely different.
If he like
Atomic is
bats the
endgame
energy
level.
balls.
What was that?
No, I was just gonna say like if he like fires an energy ball at him and he just bats it back.
Yeah, that would be sick. If his bat could actually not break, or if it could actually tank one of those energy beams, then that would be interesting.
Yeah, finally get to know how durable it really is.
What was it? Wasn't it made out of the same stuff the association was guarded with?
We don't know what it's made out of.
No, it's just supposed to be unbreakable because that was literally the only thing he asked for was an unbreakable metal bat.
Get tired of these aluminum pieces of shit.
It's probably whenever Blast failed to kill EC.
Oh, and you think it's part of the carapace?
It's got to be, bro. He probably like chipped like the top left scale right behind like his yeah, and that bitch just gave up.
And then it took 20 years to finally find a way to craft it into a bat.
Yeah, 20 years of hammering. That was 20 years ago, bro.
Well, isn't that like that was?
No, because the association was only made like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but wasn't Blast like a thing before now?
Nah.
Where did I get the 20 years thing?
Well, you're spoiling.
I could have sworn
Ugly becomes handsome.
Did you read
He's
the
unhinged.
webcomic?
Wait. What
Kishin is unhinged right now. He is spoiling everything.
Kishin read the webcomic, bro. And they tell us, bro.
Believe me, I don't read anything that I don't.
You cut out their community that you don't what? Beat off to?
No,
Right, you
I
can beat
don't
off to the
read
webcomic.
The webcomic.
Oh, all right.
Hell, I got spoiled yesterday.
Well,
Damn, I wonder if
don't tell us what it
has
was.
beat off.
Oh, I have not. It's like, but I could have
I
sworn
have.
that there was a mention of 20.
You beat off to the webcomic? That's impressive.
No, I never said that.
So Moomin Rider and Tank Master, guys.
Yeah, they were in the chapter.
Oh yeah, that actually happened. I forgot about it.
Tank top movement.
You said that's impressive.
Supporting.
Like one don't be crafting these bros. What you mean them titties still fat in the webcam?
Really?
Dude, that is one's biggest weakness is drawing females.
Damn.
They look awful. I mean, they're fine. They're fine. They're great, but they don't look like anything good. They don't look like anything that's going to make your pee hard.
But Murata, on the other hand,
Yeah.
he makes my pee hard.
Wait, he? As in
Yeah.
him?
Yusuke Murata, the man, makes Grimm's penis erect.
He'd add the last word to bed.
Splash them with holy water.
The male human being with a penis.
All right. So I know Zhoniin's not gonna answer the question seriously, so I'm not gonna ask him.
What's the question?
Nah,
Maybe I
fuck
will.
you. Fuck you. This nigga smoked a pound, bro. Like, he's still off that 420, bro.
No, not even a pound, man. I just have wax just on a bubbler at all times. Just 90% dabs right before this podcast started.
I believe
Ain't
it.
no woman like the one I've got.
What
Yo,
the
what
hell?
the
The hell
fuck?
is that? What?
Yo, what is that?
Leave this in, Grimm.
Best podcast.
Bro, what is that?
What is
Satsuki. Yo, what the
Satsuki,
fuck
that
is
you?
that?
Yeah, that was Satsuki.
Oh, damn it. I missed it.
Yo,
Leave it in, Grimm. Leave it in.
Crazy.
No, I missed it. What happened?
We went on to One Piece on about 15 minutes. We talked about
My
Melba
Taco
for
Bell
2
internet.
Like,
This one is unhinged. Oh wow. Yo,
this is genuinely the best one.
that
What the
wine,
hell
that
was
bottle. Satsuki has gone full party time at his PC.
What is going on?
Oh my god.
yo, we gotta keep that in.
Man, when you release it, there's gonna be so much regret.
You have to keep this, Grimm. You have to.
Satsuki is gonna regret.
Yo, you sound like G4.
Yo, for real.
Oh shit.
Bro,
Oh, this is intentional, Satsuki.
you mean to tell me that wasn't intentional? Like, yo, sing "Computer Love." Sing.
Computer love.
Oh wow.
Yeah, your mic's
my
fucked,
God,
bro.
man. That's wild.
Yo, Satsuki, while you're in this mode, can we get some atomic cake, please?
Wait, is it fixed now? Is it fixed?
It's better.
What'd you
Okay,
do?
I know
Was
the
it
problem.
intentional, bro? I've never
I
heard
know
a
the
mic
problem.
glitch like that. That's wild.
I know the problem.
People
You sounded
hate
like the
money.
robot. You sounded like the robot from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, bro.
I know the problem. I know I was fucking up. It's because I had something else open. Lord.
Oh, wait, you talk about that like chicken robot?
What the
Yeah,
one?
I think so.
It's like it looks like a rooster. I don't know, but yeah, that was awesome.
About the turkey?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was that other one that was like bipedal and more like a human. It was like
Damn, it's been a minute since
That was
I've
wild, bro.
seen
You
that
sounded
shit.
like Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
Like
that was perfect. Dude, people pay money for those plugins, and you got it for free.
I gotta hear that playback. I don't know how it sounded.
It was perfect.
All right, I think that's low key gonna be. Oh no, we should address.
Just straight up skip the Saitama bullshit.
Oh, come on. There was a fun reveal in that.
This was literally just all Metal Bat if we end it here.
I know.
We talked about One Piece more than we talked about Moomin Rider.
Bro, we didn't talk about him, did we? Oh my god.
We talk one. All right.
yo, the goat
We
came back. We
mentioned
didn't
him
even mention him.
once. I think we did. It was when we mentioned his nurse. And then that's when the artist chapter died.
All right. So Moomin Rider.
Yo, Moomin Rider has came back into the heart on the bicycle of love, metaphorically speaking, because he is that nigga. I mean, when you talk about a hero, Moomin Rider, that's a hero.
Mhm.
So is this
Moomin
another
Rider, that nigga
individual?
for real?
Is this another individual where if we don't like him, then our mom hates us?
Oh, God.
Say, if you gotta act, what you think the answer?
Means you're already disowned.
Yep.
I'm thinking my mom would like me if I didn't like Moomin Rider.
Whoa.
She let them niggas from around the corner. She let them niggas from around the corner get in your ass. That's how much she don't like
God,
you.
no.
Wait, so like if I'm like, Mom, I don't like Moomin Rider. Okay, honey, go upstairs. Okay, fellas,
Selling
come on in.
Right.
Come on in.
Oh, no.
Upstairs, fellas.
Get his ass.
She's selling
Second
your
door
ass.
on the left. You know what to do.
She's
For
calling
silver
puri on your
coins.
booty.
Oh, no.
All because you don't like Moomin Rider. Licenseless writer. That nigga. The nigga who has the most indomitable will in all manga history. That
The
nigga
most.
won't give up.
Whoa.
At all.
Whoa.
Of all. Have you
Whoa.
ever seen a nigga who he probably can't even lift a 50-pound dumbbell? And that nigga was standing up against a sea monster that can blow away a nigga penis like he blowing out a candle.
Talk to these niggas.
DT.
That's Moomin Rider. He stood up to that nigga. He got knocked down and got right back up like he that nigga, and he didn't even.
I never heard
Man,
that
nigga didn't
before.
He didn't know if he was gonna be able to go back home that night,
Tell him twice.
Nigga.
and he was still there for the people.
The people. For the
Do
people.
you see the
For
people behind him? The people behind him. He held it down until the real nigga came through, who turned out to not be the real nigga, and then that real nigga came through.
And then they turned on him.
Come on, son.
Hey, Steve-O, this is a good stand-up bit. You should add that to your videos.
Moomin for 2020.
I will.
Bro.
Moomin 2020.
Moomin
son.
2020.
Facts. Moomin, that nigga. Like, if Moomin Rider, I'm not even bullshitting right now. Moomin Rider could replace George Washington Carver
As
in
what?
the history of black excellence. I would accept Moomin Rider over George Washington.
Well, I think you're writing a big check that you can't cash.
I echo that sentiment.
No. Moomin got it. Moomin got it.
All I'm saying, he don't got the skin tone. But you know, black come in all different shades.
Tell him twice.
Check his cup size. Cup size.
Bro, let me find out his mama black. It's over.
He got it.
Hey, you know what?
We taking George Washington Carver. We cutting out the pictures out of all the textbooks in America.
You know what?
And
Moomin got
replacing them with that nigga with that bike helmet.
So you're kind of like playing off of what Tank Top Master's saying, because he's like, you know, you're already wearing a tank top in your heart. You are a great tank topper. So he's black in his heart.
Yep.
He's black in his penis.
Even though his skin
could be.
Is not.
Have you seen Chris Humphries?
Yeah.
I thought that nigga was white.
I thought he was white for the longest.
I don't know who that is.
I thought Kim Kardashian was breaking the cycle, but
wait, Chris Humphries' penis? It's available?
I don't know. Let me check.
That's what it sounded like you said. It's like, have you guys seen Chris Humphries?
No, I'm saying like because he looks white. I thought he was.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like his dick.
I mean, he looked like he could be like 1/8 black, but yeah. that's only after learning that he's black that I say that.
Oh dear, this podcast, this one is unhinged.
Yo, that's crazy. Chris Humphries is black. What the hell?
Yeah, he's black, man.
He looks like a frat bro.
Yeah,
and they're always white.
That's because athletes take forever to grow up.
I think with Moomin Rider though, he is the prototypical hero. I think he is what heroes inspire to be. Like if Stain was in this world or whatever, and he was looking for a hero, I think Moomin Rider would be that example of what he's talking about, of what a hero is.
Mm-hmm.
He embodies all the qualities that a hero should have. He's selfless. He'll go into any situation. It doesn't matter how strong he is, and he'll try to, save as many people as he can. He's going to the situation with City Z.
That works.
Zitty. Yeah,
just shorten it. We know what you're talking about.
I'm moving right in the city.
He's going into this situation where we're seeing catastrophic damage. We're seeing Tatsumaki and Psycho's fight. And this shit is on a level that was way higher than what he's seen with Deep Sea King. And I think the biggest example of like the difference between Moomin Rider and other heroes is how we see everybody's reactions to them being injured and post them getting their ass whooped. In this situation, Moomin Rider is up, that's cool. He could have good healing qualities, whatever. But it's his mentality that puts him a cut above everybody in terms of being a hero, because it's like he has short-term memory. He got his ass whooped by Deep Sea King and Garou. Garou smashed his face in. Yet he's still like, Zitty C. We about to run up in that motherfucker. Like
Satsuki, I want to go on that theory about him having short-term memory. What if the first time he did something heroic, he got hit in the head so damn hard that it permanently damaged his brain and he just forgets?
All right, here we go. Collab. You guys got to make a video together now.
Yo, this thing is a cloud.
I would hate that.
Yo, he's sharing this is now, bro.
I would absolutely hate that because they would take away so much from his character. Because, obviously we're joking about that, but if it did happen, I would be mad. Just because I feel like him taking those L's and understanding the gravity of it, and him still going out and doing what he's doing adds to his character, because he's like, okay, I might not be able to do shit. He even said in this chapter, compared to Tank Top Master, the S-Class heroes, he's basically an extra, but it does not matter to him. as long as he can save somebody, he's going to go out there and do it. Is that simple for him. So I think in this chapter we got a great character moment for Moomin Rider.
So a whole lot of sucking he just did.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, Grimm, when you hype up Atomic, what is that called?
You mean when y'all hype
The
up
sword
Flashy?
swallowing.
Nah. Y'all niggas be slurping Flashy, bro. Me commenting about the obvious. Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, I can remember a few podcasts where you were sucking Atomic
Nah.
Rod.
Listen, I'm
You look
riding
like
that
a
bike,
mummy.
nigga. I'm riding that bike. I'm on the pegs. Yes, sir.
Yo, Satsuki the girl, after he done fucked her, where he got it drop her off at her house. Let me get on the back.
Yeah, man. I got to get a ride back home.
With his dress lifted up in the back. He's going fast.
Oh wow.
We flying through that bitch like E.T.
And then Mooba goes over a speed bump fast, and then he's like, slow down.
Yeah. Start blushing.
Oh, shit. All right, does anybody else want to suck Moomin?
I do like the bromance that's going on. It's funny because you just think his leg strength is going to go through the roof now. 400-pound man on the back. And tank top.
Yeah, this is so awkward looking.
But imagine tank top. He they do drive by. What is it, lariats, as they go through.
Oh,
the
dude, I
hordes
hope
of
so.
monsters.
Inspired from Naruto. Just the Raikage and freaking tank top master clapping people.
Sundown, can we keep it on One Punch Man, please?
Oh, sorry.
Oh yes, how could we forget?
Yep, bad habit. Sorry, I had someone else do it. But I really like. Yeah, Kishin was mentioning the bromance, but I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I get the feeling that Tank Top has been heavily inspired by Moomin Rider and his efforts and kind of like his not really. Well, I suppose you could call it powerlessness. So he's willing now to do things which I think he saw as beneath him beforehand, like the rubble management and stuff like that. Just going around actually saving people rather than trying to clap people. So I think that aspect of it was kind of cool for me.
All right,
But One Piece though.
let's hop off that that Moomin.
Hey Sasuke, can you do the robot voice again?
Give me a second.
No.
What y'all want me to say?
No.
What y'all want me to say?
About My Hero. We haven't really talked about My Hero this stream.
My hero? What y'all want me to say?
Nothing.
Dude, you need to
Yo,
hate.
read the spoilers off.
You need to hate on Atomic Samurai with all your heart.
What the fuck?
Talk about how his slipper is
Fuck Atomic Samurai. You gotta watch my black sperm. I put that on my mama, nigga.
I hope this becomes a regular thing now.
What we haven't talked about is we're gonna do a and Satsuki will pay you.
Hold on,
Satsuki
bro.
bot.
Yo, you need to turn that into a meme, bro. Like,
He's mad night, he's tried night.
Satsuki
I
the
so
bad
want to
bug.
know how you're doing it. I need this in my life.
Satsuki's the mad cyborg.
that's wild.
Oh, God. Oh yeah, that drop plot line. It seems like.
Your server does hate Genos though, so I do
Yo.
gotta represent for him.
Yo,
Fucking
Sasuke, say I
clowns.
don't associate robot voice.
Whoa!
Really?
Steve-O, no! I literally have to bleep that out, bro. You cannot say that word, bro.
Yeah, bleep it out and then remove him from the podcast.
Yo, you literally cannot say that shit, bro. Yo,
So much has to be cut out already. Don't give
My
Grimm.
bad. I thought this was the racist One Punch Man podcast. My bad.
No, that's down the street.
Oh shit.
White man punch.
oh, shit, bro. Yo, I'm
Oh,
fucking
man.
like, we gotta end this, bro.
Hey, well, do it on the side.
A separate
for me.
video.
Record it and then send it to me.
Hey, come on, man. Just one for the road.
Yeah.
I need that.
Please, hard R, please.
Fuck, man. All right, let's talk about what has been called eyeball or monocle. So big twist. People have called her Mike, like Mike Wazowski from whatchamacallit, Monsters Inc. People have called her the toilet monster, as he was referenced on Twitter by Murata. But now the official name is eyeball or monocle. So with the reveal, she's a woman.
Huh?
No, just the dramatic pause.
Wait, did I hear wrong?
What?
No, you heard right.
Say that again?
She is she, not a he.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you said something else.
Mike
Okay.
became a Michelle, which then became a Monica.
So
It's Mike.
She gonna be bad too. She gonna be bad too. As soon as Saitama busted up, like that shell gonna come off.
Yo,
Ass and
what?
titties.
She is bad.
What do you mean by
We already
busted
seen
up,
what happened
bro?
with Gero.
Busted up.
She's bad.
You
Saitama gonna get tired of her. Try to one shot her. Busted up.
Well, he did.
She bad
try-
already. One eye.
He already did try to strangle her to death.
yo, bro, high key, bro. Yo, I always think about this. I wanted to read this up. Like, think about all the events that have happened, bro. Where like Flashy Saitama breaking in there, like choking her, like forcing her, like it's like you're gonna do this and we'll kill you, like, bro. Like in the female context, this is kind of like what?
Wait,
Yeah.
when did
Yeah.
They go into
it's-
jail
it's-
for sexual harassment.
Yeah, it changes the whole dynamic between them right now.
It really does.
When
And
did
that
Flash-
doesn't include the hostage situation. They've basically had her under the whole.
Dick in her eyes so she can see me coming.
Yo,
Ooh.
bro, this.
You ever try to plow an eye socket?
I have not.
I would. If
Yeah,
I
we
could
keeping
get
it pushing,
that.
bro. We're not doing that, bro. Bro, young.
Not doing what, nigga?
You saying if you seen the girl with the eye patch, you know nothing there, you're not gonna try it.
Yo, and in the chapter 2, when like Saitama, like when they were flashing the light or whatever,
Face.
and then he like turned around, I was
To
smack
answer
you.
your question, Satsuki, to answer your question, I'm going in.
Okay.
Going in on what?
Don't ask.
Well-
Don't ask. Don't.
What you mean? Don't ask. You already asked. I'm going to answer.
Okay, don't answer.
Dude, let it rip.
We're referring to the eye socket.
Of an individual person or Monaco?
Of an individual person.
Yeah,
Oh, so
anybody.
you're gonna
Anybody can get
literally
it.
skull fuck someone?
Yes.
Gonna bump the burn.
If given the opportunity, yes.
If given the opportunity. Consensually.
I think
Yes.
you guys, in your minds, believe that. But I think in reality, you totally wouldn't do it.
It's kind of like a trophy achievement. Like, you know how you get the Xbox for the PlayStation 4 shits?
bruh.
Like,
I feel
may
like
not-
you're kink shame.
yeah, it may not be like
No.
a permanent thing, but you just get the trophy.
No, listen,
No
bro.
kink shaming. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. I'm all for it. But I'm thinking
You don't
that
believe that.
I'll come to your houses with a special sex worker with one eye who's down for skull fucking,
And I'll thank you for it.
and I'll be like, "All right, fellas, let it rip." And then
I'm
I'm
a
just
plumper,
gonna
alright.
see.
You
I'm
won't
just
do
gonna
it.
see
Yo, stop
two
talking about
soft
this.
ass.
It's disgusting,
I'm gonna
bro.
see two soft ass penises and two guys not doing shit. All right?
15 seconds.
So,
You gonna
hey,
see
audience.
Steve-O
Yo,
falling out of her eyesight.
I hope you're having a good time like the rest of us.
Oh, dude,
It sure is a
Steve-O
special
falling
chill,
out of
conversation.
her eye socket. Onto her
Oh my
lip.
God.
Down to her
Steve-O,
titties.
that's like
Hey, have a
some
good day, audience.
depraved
Hope-
hentai that you can only find on 4chan stuff.
Well, this
Why
ain't no
don't you
hentai.
take
baby.
5 and come back to the podcast?
No, I'm saying semen
No.
dripping out of an eye socket.
Wait. To
and being
confirm.
fucked.
That's the way that works, right?
Yo, no.
I would
It
not read a
doesn't.
hentai. I would not
You busted
read a
in her
hentai.
brain.
I would not read a hentai that has this plot going on with this eye socket fucking thing. But what I would do it in real life, just as an achievement, just a one time thing. One time, do it for the one time.
Yo,
You can do it. Go ahead.
Yo, we're
I do
off.
just want that notch
Yo,
on my
nah, we off this.
Yeah.
All right, viewers.
All right. I'll give you guys a
Yeah, boys.
This is too bad for Grimm.
Next time. Check out the link in the description for the Discord.
Wait, Grim. Would it be better if he was?
See y'all boys next time. Yo! Bro, what?
Wow.
Wait,
Bro, what?
he said that hard as shit.
You had to get it off, man.